Indie Comics Deep Dive with Mona and Sam. Consider this an emergency add-on broadcast because, well, the mission of this little segment is pretty simple.
We need to process the reality that we are completely and embarrassingly duped.
Utterly duped. And, we need to unpack the brilliant absurdity of this whole prank. And honestly, I am practically in tears right now. My sides actually hurt from laughing so hard.
I cannot believe we fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker. Or maybe I should say bubble sinker.
Oh, man, we are definitely going to get to that monstrosity in a minute.
We are. But yeah, we have a massive confession to make to you right now.
That emergency session deep dive we literally just recorded.
The one where we analyze the death of the boutique publisher.
The one where I may have used the phrase cultural vandalism and sounded like I was at an actual funeral.
Yeah, that one. It was all based on a prank press release sent by Lenovations Press. We treated it like the Pentagon Papers, and it was written by a guy probably chuckling over his morning coffee.
And the mastermind behind this whole emotional roller coaster. None other than the founder himself, Len Mihalovich.
And here is the kicker. We have it on good authority that Len sat down and wrote every single word of that ridiculous synopsis and those corporate mandates himself.
Right. He didn't even use AI to write the fake AI initiative.
Nope. He used pure, unadulterated, creative absurdity. He handcrafted the corporate speak just to mess with us.
And it worked.
Yeah.
Because it hit on a very real anxiety we all have right now. I mean, the mood in the studio went from funeral for the industry to hysterical laughter in the span of 30 seconds. We were ready to mourn Section 12.
I was literally sweating. But I do have a grievance here, Len, if you're listening. And based on the precision of this prank, I know you are. We rushed to the studio on a Sunday for this.
I left brunch. There were bottomless mimosas involved. I left them behind to come talk about Nitro Jimmies.
On our day off, we were in full-blown crisis mode thinking the sky was falling on indie comics.
So while we applaud the creativity, I think we can agree that Len Mihalovich definitely owes us a very expensive dinner for this stress test.
Oh, absolutely. I'm thinking steak and dessert, but not exploding dessert.
Right. Zero explosions.
So, okay, let's unpack this. Now that our heart rates have returned to a safe level, we need to go back through the details of this prank. Because when you look at it through the lens of satire, it's actually a brilliant critique of the comic industry's current obsession with data.
It really is. Just moments ago, we were analyzing it as a tragedy. But look at the corporate mandates again. It's biting satire.
Let's start with the splash page rule. I spent 5 minutes ranting about narrative flow.
Which is hilarious because in comic theory, a splash page essentially stops time. It highlights a single moment. If you have a 22-page book consisting entirely of splash pages, you don't have a story.
You just have a portfolio.
Exactly. But why do we believe it? Because decompressed storytelling is a real thing in the industry right now.
That's why it stung. There's this trend where publishers stretch a story out to fill a trade paperback. A plot that could happen in one issue takes 6 issues.
And Len took that real frustration and just dialed it up to 11. He's mocking the idea that you can algorithmically control pacing by removing the actual panels.
I was sitting here earlier going, how will they convey nuance? And he was probably typing this out, laughing his head off, thinking, oh, they're going to hate this.
And then there's a specific data point. The AI supposedly required that, and I quote, 63% of pages must contain explosions.
63%. It is such a wonderfully specific, nonsensical number. Not 60, not more action, but exactly number 63.
It mimics that false precision you get from business consultants. Like, our data shows retention drops if nothing explodes for 3 pages.
Just imagine the editorial process. You're writing a quiet, character-driven scene. Maybe a character is just realizing they're in love.
Excuse me. Page 14 only has a mild grease fire. We need a full detonation to hit our quota.
Haha, it's completely unsustainable. How do you do a slice-of-life comic with that math? Here's a character drinking coffee and boom, the coffee cup explodes.
It forces the narrative into absurdity. And the cherry on top of this fake mandate was the ban on trademark Easter eggs.
That was the part that really sold it for me. It triggered my anxiety because Lenovations Press is famous for that stuff.
Seeing red mask on a TV screen in the background of Section 12.
It was the perfect way to twist the knife. Len knew exactly what his readers and what we value most, which is that shared universe connectivity.
By banning it, he wasn't just being random. He was targeting the core identity of his own brand to see if we'd notice.
It really is masterclass trolling. But the real gold here, and what I think we need to spend some time enjoying now that we aren't terrified, are the fake launch titles.
Oh, these titles. Now that I know they were written by a human being trying to be funny
Yeah.
and not a cold algorithm trying to be engaging, I can appreciate them on a whole new level.
Let's dive into the flagship title of this fake initiative, Two Top Chicks in Trouble.
Just saying the title out loud, it sounds like a bad translation of a 1970s B movie.
So let's break down the concept again, but with the appreciation of the joke. We have Peaches and Amber. They own an adultly supermarket in downtown Boston.
Adultly supermarket. Not an adult bookstore, not a supermarket. An adultly supermarket.
It's already a frantic setup for an action movie. Is it produce? Is it novelty items? The ambiguity is part of the genius.
And the threat, oh man, I cannot believe I analyzed this seriously. The Nitro Jimmies.
The Nitro Jimmies. Highly unstable nitroglycerin disguised as ice cream sprinkles.
I was sitting here 10 minutes ago talking about the sonic trigger mechanism, like it was a valid plot point
Yeah.
in a techno-thriller. Oh yes, the frequency activation is very dangerous. It sprinkles.
It's Looney Tunes logic applied to a gritty crime drama, and the villain is a clown driving an ice cream truck. It's pure creative absurdity.
And the climax. The script says they dump the explosives in Boston Harbor before Beantown goes.
Boom! That is poetry. The alliteration is just cheesy enough to be perfect.
And the line from the script, a customer explodes in aisle 6.
It's so dark, but in a slapstick way. We really should have realized this was a joke the moment we read that. A customer exploding in an adult novelty shop because of ice cream sprinkles. That is not AI hallucinating.
No, that is a twisted human imagination having a blast.
It really is. Okay, let's move to the second title, because this one hits on a different kind of industry satire. The AI supposedly targeted the underserved nursing home demographic.
Senior Strike Force.
The logic is theoretically sound, right? We talk all the time about the aging collector base in comics.
The logic is sound, but the execution is deranged. The plot is the residents of Wayward Pines nursing home fighting a pharmaceutical trafficking ring.
Which, again, sounds like it could be a cool movie. Like Cocoon meets John Wick, I would watch that. But then you get to the smuggling method.
Oh, please don't make me say it again.
I have to. Our sources explicitly said they were hiding drugs in adult diapers and colostomy bags.
I was so horrified earlier, I was appalled. But now, picturing Len writing this and thinking, how gross can I make this while keeping it corporate approved? I'm just laughing. It's the specific detail that gets me.
And the arsenal.
Oh,
This is where the improvised weaponry comes in. We aren't talking guns, we are talking walkers used as battering rams.
And oxygen tanks as tactical flamethrowers.
That is undeniably cool. I don't care if it's a prank. I want to see a tactical flamethrower oxygen tank.
And weaponized wheelchairs. It's absolutely ridiculous. But you know what? We admitted it earlier, and I'll stand by it now. Justice never retires is a genuinely catchy tagline.
It is. That's the problem. Len is too good at this. He tries to write a fake bad comic and accidentally writes a good tagline.
It's the 63% explosions that would ruin it. But the concept, I'd read a one-shot of Senior Strike Force.
Okay, we have to talk about the third one. The one that combines, according to the fake data, the three things everyone loves. Explosions, fishing, and reality TV.
Bassmaster.
Reality TV meets creature feature. We have Rex Masters and his treacherous co-host, Bubble Sinker. The origin story is just amazing. Rex gets pushed into chemically poisoned, green fizzing swamp water.
Green fizzing. It's so descriptive. And of course it happens during a dynamite fishing segment because you have to hit that explosion quota.
And the result, he merges with the fish.
He becomes a swamp monster holding a fishing rod. We have the cover art in our sources, and I have to say the glowing yellow eyes, the mossy texture, it looks legitimate.
It looks like a high-end cover for a trashy book.
It does. That's why we fell for it. It had real production value. But the pun, oh, the pun. Schooled in the art of revenge.
I groaned then. I'm groaning now, but I'm also applauding. It is the perfect B-movie tagline.
And the plot is just him fishing for the crew members.
Something in the swamp is fishing back. It's brilliant. It hits every single fake requirement. It has explosions. It has fishing. It has reality TV drama. It is the perfect synthesis of the prank.
It really is. You know, shifting gears a bit here, the relief is setting in. Because for a moment, we really thought the Lenovations press we know and love was gone.
That was the scary part. We thought the boutique model was dead. We thought comics done for fun had been replaced by comics done by data.
So just to be 100% clear to you listening, Section 12 is not canceled.
Thank goodness.
The Adventures of Tracksuit Man. Safe. Fantastic Fanboys Adventures. Safe.
Wild West Adventures of Buffalo Bill. Still riding.
This is such a crucial point. Lenovations Press stands for small teams, passion projects, and limited print runs. That human connection is their brand.
Exactly. And this prank works so well because it played on a very real fear we all have right now, the fear of losing that human touch to an algorithm.
It was a satire of the industry, really. By contrasting the cold, data-driven AI approach with the warm, creator-driven reality of Lenovations Press, Len actually highlighted why the company is special.
That's a great insight. The prank proves the value of the real thing. A machine wouldn't write Two Top Chicks in Trouble as a joke. A machine would write it because it calculated it was a good idea.
Len wrote it to make us laugh.
It proves Lenovations Press has a fantastic sense of humor. It takes a truly creative mind to intentionally write something that bad.
It does. It requires a deep understanding of storytelling to know exactly how to break it in the funniest way possible.
And honestly, it makes me like them more. It shows they don't take themselves too seriously, even though they take the quality of their actual comics very seriously.
It's a reminder that comics are supposed to be fun. And today, we definitely have fun, even if it was at our own expense.
Totally. But I want to go back to Bassmaster for a second. There is something really clever about the way he constructed that narrative. It's almost a commentary on how reality TV manufactures drama.
Oh, 100%. He took the most artificial format reality TV and merged it with the most artificial comic trope, the radioactive origin story. It's meta-commentary wrapped in a fishing pun.
And the character named Bubble Sinker. It's so on the nose it hurts. But think about the fake mandate again. No Easter eggs. If Lenovations Press actually did that, they would lose their entire fan base.
That's the aha moment we missed. Our sources have always shown that Lenovations Press relies heavily on that interconnected universe.
Yeah.
If they actually banned Easter eggs, it wouldn't just be a pivot, it would be business suicide. We should have spotted that immediately.
We were too blinded by the splash page rule. I think that one triggered my artistic sensibility so hard I stopped thinking logically.
Well, that's what fear does. It shuts down critical thinking. And Len played us like a fiddle.
So what does this all mean for us? I think the lesson here is pretty clear.
If a press release mentions Nitro Jimmies, maybe check the calendar before you rush to the studio.
And maybe, just maybe, if the villain is a clown in an ice cream truck, pause for reflection.
Critical thinking. It's what I always preach. And today, I failed spectacularly.
We both did, but we failed together and we failed laughing.
That's true. And hey, at least we didn't publish the recording where we cried about the industry dying.
We deleted that file so fast, it is gone. Burned. Exploded, actually. 63% exploded.
Good riddance.
So here is our call to action for you, the listener. Go check out the real titles on the Lenovations Press website. Go to their Patreon. Go to their YouTube channel.
Support the actual human beings making Section 12 and Red Mask. And maybe, while you're there, leave a comment telling Len he got us.
Oh, definitely tell him. Let him have his victory lap. But also tell him that we're expecting that dinner.
A very nice dinner with 0 explosions.
Happy April Fools, everyone. We are going to go decompress and maybe read some comics that actually have panels and dialogue.
Sounds like a plan.
Thanks for riding this roller coaster with us. Remember to support human creators who definitely do not mandate 63% explosions. See you on the next deep dive.
Bye.